These notes are over the nature of energy. So energy is just the ability to do work, okay, or cause a change in like the motion or anything like that. So it is measured in joules. So this is denoted with a capital J. Okay. The important thing to note about energy, it's very similar to mass in that it cannot be created or destroyed. Okay, it's just converted, and we'll talk kind of more about the conversions a little bit later in this chapter. Okay, so some of the different forms of energy that we experience are mechanical energy. Okay, so this is just energy associated with motion. Heat energy, so this is the motion of particles of matter. Chemical energy, this is energy that's released from the bonds of atoms. Electromagnetic energy, so this is moving electric charges and magnetic forces, and nuclear energy. So the nucleus of an atom being split, this is one of the most concentrated forms of energy that is available. Okay, so if we kind of look at this diagram, it kind of talks through how from the different forms of energy, they can be converted into different things. Okay, so we have the chemical energy. So this is energy stored in the atoms of, in this case, coal. So when we burn the coal, it creates heat energy, causing the water to boil and create air flow, which is a mechanical energy, to make this generator convert to electric energy. And then the electric energy, when you plug like a hairdryer in, can be converted then to heat energy and also mechanic energy, just because it's creating a flow of air. Okay, so we're never losing the energy, it's just being converted into different things. So there's two main types of energy. There's kinetic and there's potential energy. So today I'm just going to cover kinetic energy. So kinetic energy is just the energy in the form of motion. So if any object is moving in any type of way, it's going to have kinetic energy. Once again, because it is energy, it's going to be measured in joules, which is denoted with a capital J. Okay, so to solve for this different things, kinetic energy, which is Ke, okay, equals 1/2 the mass times velocity squared, okay? And then I went ahead and solved it for the other two variables as well. So if we need to know velocity, it would be 2 times the kinetic energy divided by the mass, and then take the square root of that number. Or if we want to know mass, we would take 2 times the kinetic energy divided by the velocity squared. Okay, so what is the kinetic energy of a 44 kilogram cheetah running at 31 meters per second? Okay, so we would take our velocity, which is 31 meters per second, we would square that, times it by 44, and then times it by a half, or 0.5, and we'll get that our kinetic energy is 21,142 joules. Okay, remember joules is the unit for kinetic energy. Okay, a bowling ball traveling 2 meters per second, so that's a velocity, has 16 joules of kinetic energy. So there's a kinetic energy. What is the mass of the bowling ball in kilograms? So if we want to solve for mass, we have to use this equation. So our velocity is 2, so we'd have 2 squared, so 4, and then 2 times our kinetic energy, which would be 32, divided by 4, and we get 8 kilograms.